What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the Thomas Gallery, and today I want to talk about planets. Excuse me. Now, I'm going to give a brief description of what planets are, but I'll break it down so people understand. If you were to take the term planet from its original definition, its etymology, then you will be using the Greek word for wanderer. Okay? Planetos means wanderer. Now, to wander simply means to travel with no specific purpose. Okay? You're just going around aimlessly. There's no purpose in why something or someone is moving around. Okay? In the ancient times, in the ancient days, when man looked up at the sky, whether it be day or night, they saw things that were just moving about throughout the day. If you just stand in one spot and look at a specific point, you will see things moving slowly but surely. Well, slowly to you, but they're moving. And the word they used for that was planetos, because these objects seemed to wander. It seemed like they didn't have any purpose, at least to man. So man gave it the word planetos. Now, over time, with the advancements of technology and science getting better and better, man has had to revise that definition. Okay? It used to mean excuse me about that. It used to mean, you know, wander, but now man has had to, like I said, revise it. They had to get specific about what they meant when they called something a planet, because if they didn't really specify, then you can just point at anything moving in the night sky or just in the sky in general and say, oh, that's a planet. That's a planet. Like, just think about the things that people consider planets: comets, asteroids, meteors, meteorites or shooting stars, moons. Because at one point in time, man thought that the moon was a planet. It's not. And they thought that Earth was in the center, and the planets were, you had Mercury, Venus, Mars, you had Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Okay, because these were named after the Roman counterparts to the Greek gods. For Mercury, you had Hermes. For Venus, you had Aphrodite. For what we call Earth, the actual name for Earth is called Terra. It's Latin for Earth. But you had Gaia, and you had Mars, which was Aries. You had Jupiter, which was Zeus or Juno, however you want to pronounce it. You had Saturn, which was Kronos, Zeus's father, or Jupiter's father, whether it be Greek or Roman, don't matter. You had Neptune, which was Poseidon. You had Uranus, which was Uranos, which is one of the Titans. And you had the name Pluto. Pluto was a Roman name for Hades, although that didn't get its name until many, many years down the line. But they used that term. So, over the years, man has had to revisit the term planet and really break down what it meant, because there are a lot of objects in space, in our solar system specifically, that you can't just put them all together. You can't just jumble all these things and say, okay, this is the planet and all of these are planets. No. So you had to say, okay, well, what when we consider something a planet, how will we redefine that? Well, let's see. What are the largest objects in our solar system? The 8 planets, plus the sun. But the sun, we know, is a star, not a planet. So it's okay, well, what do these 8 large celestial bodies have in common from the other ones? Well, let's just think about that. One, all of the 8 planets, they don't have a lot of space junk around it. Not a lot of rocks surrounding it. Okay. Two, The other celestial bodies that they do have are pretty, they got some good size to them. Like, you have, shoot, I think Mars has 2 moons. Earth has one, Luna, which means moon. And, you have Saturn. They have, like, I think Saturn has, like, 15. I think I could be wrong about that, but I know it's a lot. Saturn, Jupiter have a lot of them. Neptune has a lot of them. Uranus. These bodies, whatever they do have, is pretty large. Their mass is such that, not their weight, but their mass is such that they have removed or taken in all the space junk that is around it. Okay, you won't find a whole lot of debris around Earth, with the exception of the mess that we put into space. The satellites and all that stuff. You know. So what else? Well, there's a certain mass that it has. It has to have a certain size to it. It can't just be just floating. It has to have a certain size, a certain mass to it. It has to be some kind of mass to it, right? And let's see, what else? Well, let's just get this out of the way first, as to why Pluto is not a planet. There are a bunch of reasons, but I give you one reason. Okay, just one simple reason that can just get rid of all this. Our Earth has more mass than Pluto. Matter of fact, there are 6 other moons that have more mass than Pluto. So if our moon is not a planet, then neither should Pluto be. Okay? All right. Now, once we have, with the invention of telescopes and all that, and we're able to see farther into space, and we're able to see, okay, what's going on in our solar system, we say, okay, well, you know what? We really have to really think about what we say when we call things certain things. Yes, 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 yes. Technically, by definition of the origin of the word, yes, every celestial body that's in space can be considered a planet. Yes, 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 that is true. However, when we have given the name planet to our 8 main bodies in the solar system, we had to rethink some things. So us rethinking some things, we gotta say, okay, well, this can't be a planet. I mean, the rocks that are in the asteroid belt, yes, they are wandering, but they're not larger than our planets. They're not larger than our moons. Okay? The rocks that are in the Kuiper belt, way out there where Pluto is, they're not large enough. Pluto is the largest rock in the Kuiper belt. But Pluto, even though it's the largest in the Kuiper belt, is still smaller than our moon, and 5 other moons along with our moon. So obviously that's not a planet. Well, that's not today's definition of a planet. So if you want to be technical, yes, there are more than 8 planets in our solar system. Yes, but if you really want to break it down and get really, really into what you would call a planet, you would have to admit that it'd be very, very difficult to say, okay, kids, can you name me all 7,822 planets? Come on now. I know it's more. I'm just exaggerating. Like, you come on. You gotta be specific. Science is about observation, categorizing, testing again, and proving things to see what holds up. And it will be tested and proven and tested and proven until it can't be anymore. Until somebody just says, okay, you know what? It's just a fact. Pluto's not a planet. You know, the moon is not a planet. Our Earth is not the center of the universe. Our sun is just one of many billions of stars. These things like that. Yes, planet does mean wanderer. That is true. But come on now. Who's going to count all umpteenth million billion planets in the solar system? Come on. Seriously. Think about that. Right? So that's all I want to say. Y'all have a great time. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.